connecting people. I've been a natural connector all of my life, and I'll connect them and then I'll back out, I'll slip away. But it happened 14 years ago that I was the person who needed to be connected. I'd been working at the Children's Museum and didn't realize when I left that after my second son was born that all of my friendships, pretty much my life, evolved around the people at the Children's Museum. And that's how it was when I worked at the Forum, too. So my relationships were always related to my work. So I left that. I'd lost my financial power. Suddenly I was dependent on my husband. I was home with 2 little boys who, you know, are brilliant boys, but they couldn't really talk to me about anything meaningful to me. I just felt really isolated and lonely, and then I call out, as I do, and sometimes I scream. You know, I'm one of those people who just yells it out, I need this. And the universe and God, I don't know what you folks call it, I call it God. God always tends to help me out. So I was delivered this wonderful moms group. It was a bunch of women who were pretty new to the community, so nobody knew each other, and we came together, and now I've helped each other through cancer and raising children and divorce and different things. So having that delivered to me helped me realize that connecting is important, but I really then had a passion to connect women, because I could see what happens when you're in a place of isolation and how important it is to have those connections with women. So an adventure, I have to have adventure in life. I have to be able to travel. I have to go to new places and meet new people and do new things. So those are the things that fuel my fire. And thank God I have it now under the umbrella of Goddess with all of you women. The second thing I had to do to awaken my dreams was to step through fear. And this one is huge because fears always pop up. I think that fear is Spirit's way of telling you what it is you need to do next. I don't think that it's an obstacle or a block unless you allow it to be. I think what it really is an indication that you're on the right path, but this is what you have to do next. So to get to your dream, you have to look at those fears and face them head on and get to the other side of them. Because if you don't, you're not going to make it. You're going to give up and you're going to quit. But when you do it, you become more powerful. You become more of who you really are, and you are able to awaken those dreams. So, huge fear of mine was public speaking. Can you tell? Just hated it to the point where I would be in a circle group and you'd have to say your name. I would agonize until it got to me. And then I'd say my name and, oh, thank God, it's over. So I realized this is another time I screamed, but I need help. And that was when I realized about 4 years ago, I realized a lot about 4, 5, 6 years ago when I was turning into becoming 40. Called out and said, you know what, I know this is holding me back. I need to get over this fear. And that's when the radio show landed in my lap. A full-time, prime-time talk radio show. So it's like, what an opportunity to get over your fear of speaking to people in public. So it's, ask for it. Yeah, just ask for it. It's given to you. It's amazing. So keep your eye on the vision. This is something that I think is also very important for awakening your dreams. And Sheila, you touched on this. We didn't share what we were talking about tonight. Because, divide and conquer kind of is where we've been at. But keep your eye on the vision. Don't worry about how you're going to do it. Just set your intention and know why you're going to do it, and then take action steps in that direction. But if you get into that, how's it going to come? That's when the fear state really sets in. And sometimes those fears, you just need to step through those, but sometimes they can also stop you. So keep your intention and understand why you're doing what it is you want to do, and focus in that area. And then, of course, practicing gratitude. This is the other one Sheila mentioned, but how can she not? This is what we're about. Just acknowledge every little thing that comes your way. When Sheila and I began the Grateful Goddess, we were amazed at how supportive people were, and still are. But there have been times when there's been opposition. I think the word goddess raises fear in some people's minds. They don't understand what that is or what our intention is behind the word. And we could have either been angry or stayed in the victim mode, or we instead choose to be grateful because now we understand another perspective, and we're able to move forward from there and be sensitive to other people's feelings. And they tell us then what it means to them, so it's good. Good to know. So when an obstacle comes up or a challenge comes up on the way to your dream, instead of looking at it as a problem, look at it as an opportunity. So, And that's done through, I think the best way was through gratitude. All right, the Grateful Goddess is really just getting started in our vision. And we have things planned I'm just going to tell you real quickly about. We have a book fully formed in the head, and it's art, poetry, affirmations, meditations, and inspirational writing to help women step into their fullness. Gourmet Goddess cookies. Did anybody sandbag in my yard? You did. You've had a few cookies. Catherine, I know you had some of these cookies. These cookies are a little bit over the top, and people want the recipe, and we're not giving it out. Because one day, we think that we're going to market these. Monthly workshop series is in development that I think you're really going to love. We're going to continue to do these monthly gatherings because we love to bring women from the community who are doing great things together to inspire and teach, so that you go out then and inspire and teach others. We just love how that is working. And the club. Sheila's going to just show you visually what the club looks like now. And our vision for the club ultimately is that we get people from around the country and around the globe to come together on this website. And that can happen with help from other people. You guys can help us connect as well, so we appreciate it if you do that.